So guys, over the course of the next few videos, I'm going to be laying out my plan for the end of January. I'm going to be in Canberra until the end of January. From that point, everything's changing. I'm still going to be on the quest to becoming a digital nomad, but I'm going to go about it in a completely different way. It's not going to be the typical ending up in Thailand, Chiang Mai, working from a co-working space, selling some ebooks or doing some web design or whatever. Now, the last vlog that I did was probably the hardest vlog I've done in my life. If you follow me on my Facebook page, you would have noticed that I had to upload that video 8 times. The video where I was camping. I had to take it down and re-upload it 8 times. On the 8th time I managed to get music that wasn't copyrighted. I am in a field, well not a field, a park, a rugby park or something. You're watching this because you want to find out what I've learned about being broke, and the reason why I want to tell you what I've learned about being broke is because it's had such a profound impact on my life. For those of you that follow me already on YouTube, then you will know that the last vlog that I didn't upload for 6 days. It took me a whole week to upload that video, and the reason being is because when I've been traveling down the East Coast, I've had the ability to create content very easily because it was right there in front of me and all I needed to do was record it and say a few things in front of the camera, and then the job was done. Now that I'm in Canberra, it's a whole different story because, well, let's face it, there's not a lot to do in Canberra, because there's not a lot to do, I'm actually struggling to make content here in Canberra. The good thing about struggling to find what content to make is that it actually allows me just to step back from it all and think. And you know what happens when you think? You start thinking deeply, and that's what I've been doing. Been thinking about why I'm traveling and why I'm wanting to become a digital nomad. And I need to tell you this story because this is gonna lead on to why and what I've learned from being broke. The story goes something like this. It starts when I was 17, and when I was 17, that's when I got my first real job in a supermarket. And my first day in that supermarket, I was a colleague and I was stacking the shelves, and I remember seeing the store manager at the end of the aisle. I just happened to look and I saw him, and he was watching me, and I felt somewhat intimidated. He was standing there with his arms crossed, with a nice suit on, with a tie, a nice watch, hair slicked back. He had his team around him, he was giving the orders, watching me at the same time, and I felt really uncomfortable, and that feeling stuck with me since then. And it also left me with a feeling of purpose. I remember feeling that day that, right, I'm going to be his boss. I'm going to get to his place. And that's what I spent the next 7 years doing. So by the time I got to, 23 or something, I was now a store manager. I'd worked my way up through the ranks over the 7 years and became a store manager. And when I got to being a store manager, I remember sitting in my office on the second day. Sorry, there's like mosquitoes flying around everywhere. I remember sitting there on the second day and I looked at everyone in the office and I just kind of thought to myself, wow, this is not what I expected. Now, I left that job, I left the money behind, I sold all my stuff, as you know, and I ended up in Australia, one-way ticket. And I came into Australia with $5,000. Even though I was earning £30,000 a year as a store manager, I used all that money on my lifestyle back then. So I had a car, I was going out a lot, I was just wasting my money on pointless things, on material things, and that's why I only came to Australia with $5,000. So got to Australia and I thought to myself, right, yeah, I've got $5,000, I feel comfortable, and I ended up making my way down the East Coast. I never checked my bank balance very regularly. I maybe checked my bank balance twice when I was working down the East Coast. I was having a good time. and I didn't take care of my money, and I felt somewhat entitled to everything around me. I knew I was backpacking, I knew that I needed to watch my money, but I just thought, nah, I'll deal with it at the time. I was a bit laid back. And yeah, like I rolled into Sydney with 72 cents. And that's when it hit me. That was a time when I panicked. I panicked and I didn't know what to do. I was caught off guard. I was now paying the consequences of not watching my money. And I was now experiencing what it was like to have no money. I couldn't go and buy a bottle of water if I wanted one. I couldn't get on the damn bus. I couldn't do anything. I had to rely on the people closest to me at the time to help me out. Before the sun actually goes down and you can't see me on this camera, the feeling that I had, I felt so hopeless. I felt like I couldn't do anything. I felt like I couldn't do anything, but I also felt so free. I felt so free not having any money. I felt like there was no weight on me. I felt like I was a free bird. Even though I had no money, I felt like I could just fly away, you know? And that feeling is going to stay with me forever. And the very thing that it made me realize, the very thing that being broke made me realize, is that there are so many people in the world right now that are broke and that don't have any means of getting by. There's so many people in the world that don't know when their next meal is coming, that don't know what they're going to do tomorrow, that they don't know if they're even going to survive today. And I personally feel like nobody should have to go through that. The other thing that it's taught me is that you guys, complete strangers to me, just offer help. You offer to help strangers. You want to help people. You want to help. You want to see people. You want to see people living a good life. You want to care about people. You really want the best for people, and that's what you guys have showed me. You guys have showed me the power of love. The power of love, the power of kindness, the power of generosity. You know, I'm a complete stranger to you guys, and you guys have shown me just how kind the world is, just how generous the world is. And like, it blew me away. Okay, now I'm in the light because it is dark. I've experienced having money. I've experienced being comfortable. I've experienced what it's like to live in a somewhat wealthy country with a somewhat good wage and a nice standard of living. I've now travelled to the other side of the world and experienced being broke. I've now experienced the generosity from complete strangers who are willing to help me. I've now managed to build a community of people who really support and encourage the work that I do, and I've changed as a person because of all this. So, you know, stick around for the next few videos, hear about what I'm going to be doing, and yeah, I can't wait to share it with you. I think it's going to be epic, it's going to be big, it's going to be ambitious, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be very challenging, but it's also going to be one of the most rewarding and awesome experiences that you're going to have and that I'm going to have. And you know what? You guys are going to be a major part of this. You literally are going to be the driving force of what I'm going to be doing next year. Like, literally, I cannot do what I'm about to do next year without you guys. And yeah, I can't wait to share it with you. So yeah, I'm just on my way back to the hostel now, but remember guys, the world is at your feet. Go and explore. create some epic moments, and I'll see you at the next video. Whew. Walking around Sydney with these bags is so hard, and this is uphill as well. I'm walking through right up there, but it's so difficult. I have no money, and it's not a nice feeling when you don't have any place to go, especially when you're so used to the Western world and you always have a place to go. You know, back at home I was able to just take advantage and never question what it would be like to be on the other side of the planet with not 1 cent to your name and nowhere to go. It's both a crap feeling, but it's also a very freeing feeling. Yeah, you feel very free having no money. It's quite a weird feeling. Yeah, you don't have any ties to anything. You're the freest you'll ever be when you don't have any money. But it's not a feeling that I want to keep forever. I don't want to be in this position forever. But that's the whole point of this channel, yeah? That's the whole point of starting a new life. You've got to start in the crap bit, and you've got to work your way up to the good bit.